Julius Caesar, the political play by William Shakespeare, opens with Caesar, the hero of the play and the present ruler of Rome, returning in triumph after a victory in Spain over the sons of his old enemy, Pompey the Great. Jealous of his growing power, Cassius, a Roman senator and longtime acquaintance of Caesar, instigates a conspiracy to assassinate Caesar. Cassius persuades Marcus Brutus, a noble senator and a personal friend of Caesar, to join the conspiracy. The conspirators plan to assassinate Caesar at the Capitol when he sits in the Senate on the Ides of March, in Caesar's house during a night of thunder and lightning. Caesar comments on the tumultuous weather and Calpurnia's nightmare.
Are we all ready? What is now amiss? That Caesar and his Senate must redress?
Most high, most mighty, most puissant Caesar, Metellus throws before thy seat an humble heart.
I must prevent thee, Simba. These couchings and these lowly curtsies might fire the blood of ordinary men, and turn preordinance and first decree into the law of children. Thy brother, by decree, is banished. If thou dost bend and pray and fawn for him, I spurn thee like a cur out of my way. No, Caesar doth not wrong, nor without cause will he be satisfied.
Is there no voice more worthy than my own, to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear for the repealing of my banished brother?
I kiss thy hand, but not in flattery, Caesar, desiring thee that Publius Simba may have an immediate freedom of repeal.
What, Brutus?
Pardon, Caesar, Caesar, pardon, as low as to thy foot doth Cassius fall, to beg enfranchisement for Publius Simba.
Cassius, I could be well moved if I were as you. If I could pray to move, prayers would move me. But I am constant as the northern star, of whose true fixed and resting quality there is no fellow in the firmament. I was constant. Simba should be banished, and constant to remain.
Speak! Hands for me!
Oh! 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 To brute? Then fall, Caesar.
Liberty! Freedom! Tyranny is dead! Run hands! Proclaim! Cry it about the streets! Some to the common pulpits and cry out, liberty, freedom and enfranchisement!
But here comes Antony. Welcome, Mark Antony.
O mighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? Are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, spoils shrunk to this little measure?
Mark Antony is deeply affected by Caesar's assassination, but being a shrewd politician, he hides his feelings and pretends reconciliation with the conspirators. he shakes the hands of each of them and requests permission to make a speech at Caesar's funeral. He has a plan to persuade the populace to his side at the funeral oration and turn them against the conspirators. In spite of Cassius's objections, Brutus grants this with certain conditions: that Brutus will give his speech first and Antony can speak afterwards, provided that he only says positive things about the conspirators.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest. For Brutus is an honourable man. So are they all honourable men. Come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, when that the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious. And Brutus is an honourable man. You all did see that on the Lupercal I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious. And sure, he is an honourable man. But yesterday the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now lies he there, and none so poor to do him reverence. Oh, masters, if I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Brutus wrong and Cassius wrong, who you all know are honourable men. But here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will. Let but the commons hear this testament, which, pardon me, I do not mean to read, and they would go and kiss dead Caesar's wounds, and dip their napkins in his sacred blood. Yeah, beg a hair of him for memory, and dying mention it within their wills, bequeathing it as a rich legacy unto their issue.
In contrast to the idealistic speech of Brutus, Antony's speech is a combination of art, wit, and cunningness, which directly appeals to the hearts of the people. He has aroused the curiosity of the people, showing the will of Caesar, but he doesn't read it immediately. He wants to stir the emotions of the Romans more by exposing the wounds on Caesar's dead body. He lays stress on the wound given by Brutus. It was the unkindest cut of all. He wants to emphasize that Brutus's betrayal had killed Caesar more than the wound. After successfully playing on the pathos of his audience, he reads the will of Caesar and inflames them to rise in rebellion and seek revenge on the conspirators.
Here is the will, and under Caesar's seal, to every Roman citizen he gives to every several man 75 drachmas. Hear me with patience. Be so! Moreover, he hath left you all his walks, his private harbours, and new planted orchards on this side Tiber. He hath left them to you, and to your heirs forever, common pleasures, to walk abroad and recreate yourselves. Here was a Caesar. When comes such another?
Antony has succeeded fully to inflame the Roman mob, to rise in rebellion and seek revenge on the conspirators. They drive away the conspirators from Rome. Meanwhile, Antony sits with Octavius Caesar, Julius Caesar's nephew, coldly calculating how to purge any future threat. Finally, the armies of Octavius Caesar and Antony clash with those of Brutus and Cassius at Philippi and Sardis. Brutus and Cassius are defeated and both commit suicide. Thus, Caesar's assassination has been avenged, fulfilling the predictions of Antony. Order has been restored, and most importantly, the Roman Empire has been preserved.